that, let's have a small introduction about Pune Management Association. Pradeep sir, you want to speak about PMA?
Problem. I thought Dilip is going to speak. It doesn't matter. On behalf of Pune Association and the Center for Excellence for Innovation and Emerging Technologies, I extend my warm welcome to Professor Dr. A.K. Sinha sir, Ashok Sinha sir. I also extend my warm welcome to Mr. Pramod Wadikar, Executive Director of PDPC. He is our partner for today's session. I am also welcoming you all for this interesting session for I think this knowledge enriched session today evening. In fact, this is the future of we can say our life. Everybody, whether it is interested or not interested, has to understand it. Let me talk something about Pune Management Association. Pune Management Association is 44 years old. Last week only, we completed 44 years. 27th May 1977 was our date of establishment with the Charity Commissioner. So we completed 44 years, and now we'll be entering into the 45th year with the full swing, you can say full zeal and full enthusiasm. Let me say something about Pune Management Association. I see many people new to this session. Pune Management Association, we have, as I said, it was established in 77, but prior to 77, right from 1965, it was in operation. It was there informally under the leadership of Padma Bhushan, Dr. Padma Bhushan Kirloskar, C.S. Kirloskar sir, then Mr. C.V. Zog sir, V.S. Vaidya sir, and stalwart and of course, Dr. Nilkant Rao Kalyani, father of Babasaheb Kalyani. So they came together and formed this organization. So I can say that it is having a very, as far as management programs, management education, management activities is concerned. Now, I'll fast forward it and come to the today's situation. Today we have 14 verticals through which we are running our activities. 14 verticals through which we are running our activities. And I think let me emphasize that all the are volunteers. Though they are professionals, they are experts in their fields. They are, in fact, most of them are either CEOs or directors or vice presidents in their own companies or in their own. They are working for PMA. So this is one of the of Pune Management Association. In fact, jokingly I say that incidentally today I am here as a vice president of Pune Management Association. But maybe tomorrow one of you can be vice president, you can be president, you can be secretary. So this is the transparent and open system of Pune Management Association. So I take this opportunity to invite you all to join this organization with a great legacy of Kirloskars, legacy of Bank of Maharashtra, legacy of stalwarts in the field who have formed and decorated our positions like chairman, secretary, to name few, Mr. Dilip Borawke, Dr. S.H. Talavlikar, who was director of Sandvik, Mr. G.S. Talavlikar, who was director of Finolex, Mr. Viren Seth, he was company secretary of Bharat Forge for so many years. I think everybody, today's generation, everybody knows Dr. Ganesh Natarajan. He was also president for some time of Pune Management Association. I think most of youngsters know Dr. Mankesh Karad of MIT ADT. He is also our past president. So name the person, and yes, they have decorated our Pune management.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
So you can continue.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you, sir. So, welcome all office bearers of PME and all the audience who are interested in this webinars. So, as sir has mentioned, we are organizing a series of webinars on interesting topics which are helpful to the industry professionals as well as students and academics. Okay. So here is a session on artificial intelligence, which is close to the heart of many software professionals as well as engineering and business peoples. So let me introduce you to the guest speaker on this occasion, who is an expert in the artificial intelligence. Okay, so I welcome Dr. Sinha, Dr. Sinha sir, who has done a PhD in systems modeling from IIT Delhi. Artificial intelligence, as I said, he is also director of his own company called UST Software India Private Limited. He is a consultant, or he has worked in the consultant capacity to Planning Commission, Government of India, on the advisory board of an US-based company called Universal Systems Technology. So that is a very short introduction from my side, but we could have included more number of lines. Okay, but then given the time, I just wind up my introduction part. So friends, this is going to be a long session. Let me tell you in the beginning, because the topic is interesting and the speaker is also to cover more aspects, good, case studies, presentation, and case studies. Also, hold your breath on artificial intelligence from. Okay, I take your leave, and now start.
No, Prashant,
And
Sinha starts. Let Mr. Pramod Wadikar, Executive Director of PDPC.
Okay.
Wadikar sir,
Okay.
please.
I will just take 2 minutes. There is a 7 program webinar of us with
Yes,
PMA.
sir.
Our first program was with Vitti itself, which was on same topic, artificial intelligence. Mr. Kundan Lal was the speaker and it was well attended. Divisional Productivity Council is a
Yes, sir.
62-year-old organization, which is a trust. And in last 62 years, we have offered productivity consultations to more than 450 organizations, trained more than 35,000 employees at all levels in manufacturing organization. 3 years back, we also started logistics supply chain consultancy in addition to other areas of operations. And we already started in a small way training on Industry 4.0, IoT, etc. Otherwise, and we'll be soon launching consultancy. I think no topic for manufacturing and operation people is more relevant than that of Dr. Sinha. So thank you very much and welcome for coming. I won't take much time. I think all of you, including me, is eager to listen to Dr. Sinha. Okay, so thank you very much, all of you.
Thank you, Wadekar sir.
Thank you.
This to Dr. A.K. Sinha sir. You can start.
Yeah. Good evening to all of you, Mr. Prabodh Wadikar, all executives of the Management Association. Let me start with my presentation on this topic. Let me see. Click entire screen. Right click. Share. Mouse then. Are you able to see my screen? अभी ओपन नहीं हुआ है. प्रेजेंटेशन ओपन करिए. कहाँ देना? ये पावर पॉइंट का विंडो को मैक्सिमाइज करिए. कौन सा? ये. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let me have a PPT slides. Okay. So this is the first page. The content of this presentation here. Very briefly, you will find technology trends in IR 4.0, and then the challenges in supply chain management due to technological revolution, the role of machine learning and artificial intelligence in SCM, how much this industrial revolution 4 has brought in changes and challenges to SCM. We will see here how AI and ML and AI together can resolve the problems, can ease the solution in the interest of the business. The role of AI in sales, then you have different components of sales marketing. Supply chain starts with the sales and marketing. Then ML and AI enabled sales forecasting methods. I will not going to give you much detail about this because this is a very detailed chapter, but then one example of old practice and the new practice with intelligent AI applications. Then I will give you a very brief overview on intelligent production planning model, one implementation that I had done it little earlier on a project. I will show you with few slides. Of course, may not be possible to run the program now. And then I will briefly touch the ML and AI applications in freight and logistics. How far ML and AI are useful in this freight and logistics. That's the almost at the end of the SCM. AI software products by major industries. Very briefly, I will give you how the IBM, Oracle, and SAP are implementing this thing. And then few training programs also with the organization, Mr. Kundan Lal. And this UST is our company, and with the we are together. We have launched few training programs in ML and AI, again in collaboration with IBM and few other universities. Okay, so let us see now. This industry 4, how this has brought in so many problems. Rather, it has created problem for industries. And this industrial revolution 4 started with extensive application of internet. It is the Wi-Fi system, the internet and internet-based devices, IoT devices, high performance computing, then virtual reality, machine learning, and artificial intelligence. These are the new technological revolutions that is visible in Industry 4.0. And this is the main culprit which has brought in so many problems for industries. But at the same time, ML and AI, how it is able to resolve the issues, we will see this one. So we have to adopt this digital world, and there is no choice for this. But at the same time, this technology which is totally based and on this internet accessibility and connectivity based, you can say most theme is connectivity based IT solutions. This has created a cyber physical space connecting men with men and men with machines. इसको क्या करें? अच्छा वो रहेगा. Now let us see, this is the main culprit actually, Internet of Things. But then how it is going to, how this industry is going to use this one in promoting their business. So this is the connectivity of the device are connected, and this is that is cloud computing, big data, human dynamic. This have resulted into this industrial revolution and an information technology revolution, you can say. We'll see how we are going to make use of this technology in promoting the business. See, this will be just, I'm giving you a little overview, a few slides, how this IoT is being implemented in the plants and machineries. The applications of this automatic robotic arms, cloud, and it is working. So this is plants and machinery through dashboard. Or the manager who is here on the dashboard, he's seen of these plants, its maintenance, its all operations. So these are certain some glimpse of this, how IoT, SAP particularly is implementing this on SAP form. Internet, through internet, it is connected to SAP Leonardo dashboard. A operator, or we can say who is looking after this management of these operations, plant operations, he is able to performance of this plant, provide some maintenance. How he has whole industry is dependent on the Internet of Things, how it is now. And from IoT we are talking about, but then truly Internet of people are connected, libraries and all the documents are connected. Geographically also we are connected, so Internet of locations all together will constitute, we can say very broadly, we can say Internet of events. Twitter, Facebook, SML, all these things are being used through this. This is all little what is the state of the art in this IR4. This is the artificial intelligence, how it has moved in past few years. And this slide is going to give you this supports human actions, mimic human actions. Then future it is augments human intelligence, human actions with human intelligence. It has machine learning, semantics, robotic process automation. There is a software process automation through software, natural language processing, all these things, natural language generation, All these technology are being used. Trees. Now let us see some of the components of management and its environment. Whole inside you will see the inputs, all the plants, processes, outputs. But then the business is surrounded by whole environment. We have to look into this, the customers, government, competitions, bank, and then this, and there is a complete connectivity. Everything is transparent. Is disadvantage as well as that is advantage also. So we are able to. Now the big challenge is that whole supply chain not a local problem, but SCM has to be looked into in the global perspective also, because imports are there, global imports, exports are going on. Logistics also one has to see globally across this nation. Supply chain, I have given you an overview of what the technology trend is at present in this IR 4.0. And we are going to give some discussion on supply chain. So let us have brief review of the SCM, what it is. I think many of you are from the industry side. There is nothing new for you, just yeah. So this is the domain that we will be about. This the supply chain, the right product, at the end goal is the right price, the right customer, right person, at the right time, higher profits. That's the goal. And then how the business should make profit. And this supply chain is always the side, demand side and supply side. And therefore, in doing so, in this maintaining the balance, actually you will see that how this machine learning and then AI intelligence is being used extensively for demand side, how to forecast the demands, how to estimate the demand accordingly, how you have to plan your productions, and then supply side, and then each has to match, because the demand is more, then supply should not be shortage. If supply is more, then and it should be consumed. Also, one has to see the market, explore the market. So this is all the story about this supply demand matching. And let us see some of the applications I will be able to show you, and how AI is being used in resolving this and speed up the business process. This is the whole picture of the supply side, then warehousing, factory, distribution system, storage, and these are the customers. And then it is not a single chain. It is a many suppliers to factory, many, and that forms a network of this SCM. It is all these processes are interdependent, interwoven, and then that is how interlinked, and that forms a supply chain network. We call this as network. One supply going to different manufacturer, many supplies to one manufacturer, one supplies to many manufacturer, and so is the distribution side, retailer and customer. It is a whole system of supply chain network that one has to keep in mind, and one has to resolve this at each and every stage. And there is extensive applications of AI. Of course, in bigger industries who can spend on AI applications, who can do R&D on AI applications, they are doing it. But then it's a big problem for the smaller industry, medium-sized industries, how to take advantage of this AI. Now the whole challenge, what is the challenge? What has the problem? This main disruptive technology, that is which has brought many changes in this SCM. The main problem is the volatility of the fluctuating prices. The prices are fluctuating, and we have very local and global level that is creating problem. Uncertainty, many uncertainty are there in the social and political environment, and locally as well as globally. So these things which are they constitute the environment of this supply chain, the social and political environment, that brings uncertainty. And then we'll see how we'll resolve these uncertainty, minimize this uncertainty, and take care of the fluctuating prices. Complexities that so many products are coming with varying degree of intelligence. You will notice today's there is a surge of products called smart products. So many smart products are coming up. Machines are becoming smart, tools are becoming smart, everything is coming like that now. But then there is no standard any of intelligence, the degree of level of intelligence. So some varying degree of intelligence in different devices, and how to hook up those devices and machinery and tools, that brings a complexity, of course, to be resolved and can be resolved, no problem. But this has the challenges in this whole business system. Then there is another problem, that is we call this ambiguity. Ambiguity is because so many industries are coming up, new industries are coming up, new utility services are coming up, and then their products are also very new products. Tomorrow so many robots are coming for use in the factory, use in the service sector like hoteling and many other places. Even today you will find that you might have seen on the internet how these robots are being developed to treat patients, to attend to patients in this COVID period, so that the nursing staff and the medical staff do not have to come in the proximity of the patients. So robots can take care of many of these functions for attending the patients. All such type of technology that is emerging every day in healthcare system, in the hoteling, in the hotel. You might have seen and are aware that and in the hotel also the robots have come up which can serve to the customers. They can welcome the customers at the entrance, and then allocate the seat for them. So all these things are because of the new products that is rapidly coming up, that brings it ambiguity in planning, what to do, what not to do. And so therefore the theme is that this industry has to be resilient all the time, upgrade its technology, and then ultimately you will find that rescue of these changes in the supply chain. I hope I have given you because this is the whole bigger topic. Supply chain is very big thing. It's a very I'm not going to discuss everything, but then let us see how much I can cover up. Artificial intelligence. Now we are always talking about the AI, artificial intelligence, and I'm not going to cover the whole algorithm of the AI and if anybody has any query, we will clarify the queries at the end. What is ML and AI? I can make it understand at the end after this is over. So, but then the features are that the AI has capability to learn or understand from past data. The historical data of the transactions that have taken place in the business, that have taken place in the plant, it can learn from that. As human being, we learn many things from past, making sense of out of the ambiguous messages. There are messages which are ambiguous. The AI comes to help because AI has potential to interpret the messages. It can understand the natural languages. It can generate natural languages, and it can minimize the ambiguity in the message, clarify this the message, so that AI can help here. So this is the feature of AI technology. Then they applying knowledge to understand and manipulate the situation, responding quickly and successfully to a new situation. That is the feature of the artificial intelligence. It is very resilient technology that one can adapt to the new changing situation as fast as possible. In solving complex problems based on reasoning, implementation of action. What does it mean? We have the system, we have the transaction data, and we have certain performance indices of the machinery or plant or that of the system. Based on the index, certain features, what action should be taken. Say company is going in a loss, what to do then, and whether to reduce the manpower, HR resources, or more investment, what should we do then? So the AI has the capability for reasoning and taking prompt decisions, and then AI prompts action. Now let us see, this is the very point-wise overview of the artificial intelligence. And so very broadly we can see this artificial intelligence for the domain which is not well understood. Agnostic is that not very much understood. So the AI comes to rescue, to get the insight of the system through machine learning. That means the interpreting the historical data, developing computational models so that it can predict the future behavior. And this action to be taken, prediction, generate strategies. And what to do with these strategies? When one has generated business strategy, then using the knowledge processing, one has to take all optimal decisions. So in nutshell, we can say the artificial intelligence is that, see, look here, we compare it with the human intelligence. A person is called X is intelligent than Mr. Y. How? It is because X is having good knowledge, and the knowledge is acquired through machine learning. The knowledge is acquired through machine learning, and but knowledge is not enough. A person is having good knowledge, but in the time when he needs that knowledge, he is not able to use that reasoning, how to use his knowledge and how to make use of the knowledge and experiences that he has gathered. So then he may not be intelligent. So intelligent person is one who has acquired knowledge over the years, and then he has reasoning capability to find the solution for the task at hand, what he wants to do, how to achieve the goal. He can do proper reasoning. So the intelligence, artificial intelligence, broadly in two parts. One can say knowledge acquiring, and then comes knowledge processing to meet the goal. So so there is a remark that is although AI implementation is a problem, but at the same time AI acts as a great enabler which can infuse an optimism in the business. That means this AI can bring in profit to the business. So let us see now what are the starting from the supply chain, how this AI is going to help us. Demand sensing and prediction, the market, that means a study of the market, what is the demand, for immediate assessment and the long-term ability to continually evaluate the balance between demand and supply to avoid disruptions. So that is the task. If one is going to implement AI in his company, then you start with the market study, market forecast, and then sales and marketing is the very important, and that is the beginning and that is the end of the industry both. Intelligent and agile workflows. Then the workflows from supply chain, the procurement to inventory to production to distribution and to customer satisfaction, and then feedback from the customer. So that whole workflows in the supply chain needs to be very intelligent and should be agile workflows to replace manual aggregation with automation, saving time and freeing up resources that can be allocated elsewhere, because by doing so one can use less human resources and many other resources can be optimized and allocated elsewhere. Of course, everybody, many of you might be having in mind, if you use robots, if you use more use of AI in the plants or in the business, of course, human requirement, HR requirement will be less. We can, for the company, it's okay. We have minimizing the cost on HR. It is creating a social and economic problem. And that is very different altogether. And that is the conflict and what to do. And then there is a dichotomy in that, to what extent AI should be used in developing nations like ours and the nations who are very developed countries, because in our country, manpower is the bigger issue, and then AI will completely minimize the use of manpower, reduce the manpower. Of course, it will reduce the cost and time as well. But then how will we going to bring all these things? I will give you a brief glimpse of some of the applications, and not many, because it's very difficult to cover up in a 1 hour time. Certain tasks and decisions can be automated through smart systems and autonomous process so as to bring resilience in the industry. Designing smart logistics for customer satisfaction and customer retention, that is another problem. Now let us see what I have spoken now. Then human being learns through all the senses. This is we are hearing, we are able to vision, and all these things are coming to our mind and being processed. We are learning, also acquiring knowledge through different sensors. And similar is the situation with machinery. If we go for the machine learning, all these sensors are here. This is vision, optical. These are the different devices. All are connected through IoT devices. These are all Wi-Fi enabled devices connected to the central server, and coming here all the data, transactions of the plants or the business financial data or the production data. All such data are being compiled at this computer and then being easily processed. And from that transactions data, historical data on the computer, one can acquire knowledge, one can derive conclusion. That means, knowledge, by knowledge we mean we have a data on many, say, for example, let us say analogy with our human being. Over the years, from a child birth, he is able to find that in April, May, June, it is very hot. Temperature, he has average idea of temperature, that it goes as high as some places, as high as 45 degrees and maybe even more, and at some places less. So a child learns, nobody is going to teach him that if you ask a person what will be the average temperature in April, he can very well tell you. He's not going to use any computer or any calculator or any record. He can say by experience that summer, April is very hot, the temperature goes high, 45 degree, even that much. And that what is, this is knowledge. Over the years, he has observed this trend of the temperatures in these summer months, and then he is able to tell you very, plus minus 5% error, that he can tell you that this maximum temperature will go as this much. So that is the knowledge. Knowledge is that April has maximum temperature, average temperature will be this much. Similar knowledge from the transactional data from the business, and which is being processed by software applications, that is yet a problem to be developed. Now, roadmap of data analysis, machine learning, and AI. This is, I'm giving a very brief overview. Difficult to go into this and detail, because this is not possible to cover in webinar. I'm just giving you some idea. Data analysis, acquisition, data sensor, and IoT devices, websites, social media. Understand the data through the statistics, finding features, and pre-processing is done here. Machine learning builds, model building, classification, knowledge generation is done here. This knowledge output of the machine learning goes to the artificial intelligence model here, and this AI model also interacts with the environment. As say, we have a small business here in India. Now we would like to see what the environment, what is the political environment, is there any change in the government policy, is there any global change in the policy of the export and import. So that comprises of the whole environment. So intelligence, to bring in more intelligence into the business, to take feedback or interact with the environment, then only it will be possible to develop a true intelligent outcome of AI. Very broadly in blocks I'm giving you just to have. So artificial intelligence is a branch of science simulating human perception, reasoning, decision-making process through programs on computer in an intelligent manner. In short, it is behavior by a computer, by a human being, would be called intelligent. This is the very theme of the AI. These are the devices, and the same workflow that I have shown you, the roadmap that I have given you in the previous slide, it is being realized through different devices that are being used by us. Data platform, this is the Twitter, social media, then data ERP solution server. Every company has its own database server. This is other sensors and Wi-Fi devices coming over to this data wrangling, data studying, data feature finding in the data, and visualization of data is processed, then machine learning, then comes to business logic, and here is the AI, this AI stage, that is the final stage, and this is the deployment. Okay. It's just through one slide, I will give you the unsupervised machine learning, what it is. This is classifying based on the feature, based on the pixels and the color. It has the left side raw data is there. It has separated this through algorithm, and that is called unsupervised, because you're not identifying the object simply based on some feature, that is the color, and then it is classifying the objects. This is supervised learning, where it is able to recognize the objects. All these are the components of the AI technology. This is the machine learning part, which will be used in this AI implementation for extracting knowledge from the data. This is the realizing, this is understanding the object. This is object recognition. You see, in this how this apple is being, all this bunch of fruits, banana and many other fruits are here. It is separating the apple and not apple. These are all being taken care by softwares, by application, and this is example of a supervised learning. This is again the new technology that has developed in machine learning, improved machine learning, which is called deep learning. This is again used for cat or dog recognition of any animal which is supervised, is example of a supervised learning. And then you will say that this is the image, but how can we implement in other cases? Not necessarily deep learning is for image. It is particularly suitable for image, it's okay. But then image, from image of this dog or cat, what you are extracting the pixel features, characteristic of the pixel distribution in these animals and objects. Similarly, if you have some business data in the input, one can extract features, statistical features, which are significant for machine learning, and you can feed into this pipeline of deep learning for the recognition of the information. So deep learning can be used at many other places, not necessarily in the image processing. Another very, see how it is going to help, and this is extensive application of image processing, image processing, and robotic control. Okay, so let us see. And this is the AI-enabled NLP and chatbots. This is very, the AI has developed this NLP. NLP is being used nowadays, which can generate the newspapers briefing, and it can help in if there is a image or there is a video, it can generate the captions of the videos through natural language processing. This is very rich. One can interpret the sentiment in the social media through NLP, and NLP is widely used nowadays. You see all these political parties, you might have seen that they are studying the social behavior through social media, and that is the extensive use of NLP. Have the chatbot for use. This chatbots is being implemented by some of the industries also for customer care, for call centers applications. To some extent, the automatic these chatbots are there, and then no human deployment is required. So I have given you of the art of the technology of this present age that we are going through, and then we are coming to our problem of supply chain, which have sales and marketing funnel. We start with that. How we will take use of algorithms used in marketing, where we are using this this ML and AI, in which how we are using it. Learning algorithms are used finding drivers behind marketing engagement. What we do in this marketing, we find the market from the social media through different digital marketing, and then we find the leads, and from the leads we narrow down from leads to engagement. We see that into conversion, and then finally it sale purchase at the end. So finding drivers behind marketing engagement, that means supervised learning will help as a data from the different marketing segments about the engagement, which are the factors. Might be the customers' behavior, might be their geographical locations, their social characteristics, and all such features. The drivers means that what are the important features which generates engagement, get lead into conversion. That means we are narrowing down the funnel. A large number of leads, but all the leads are not going to converted to the actual sale. And so this is narrowing down engagement to conversion and predicting the likelihood of marketing engagement and retaining customers. One has to see how to retain the customers. All these studies through supervised learning algorithms, the data from the industries, from the ERP solutions, or from the data available on the social media or on the some of the companies, they publish the data online, open data that's there. So from there we find a market engagement. Then unsupervised learning is also useful for recommending the right products for the customer. One will suggest the right product depending on features of the customers. That means what is male, female, gender classification, age groups, income groups. I had occasion to see many of the shops. I had gone to US stores. I could find that some item, and then that after at the time of making payment, he told me, "I'm giving you a card. Can you fill in the detail about you? And if you do so, will give you 1-2% less in the total billing." And I thought, okay, they will be using the customer data feature planning of their sales and the products. On the basis of the data that is available through customer data, customer segmentation, that means you are grouping the customers based on their income group or geographical locations or the gender classification and all that. So I have one implementation. I will show you through the program just now. You will see that how it is, you are getting the result. Then reinforcement learning. There are multiple marketing strategies. You would like to test and choose the one that works the best. Here, the AI, the third stage, this reinforcement learning algorithms, the base of the AI application, it is reinforcement means it is using learning algorithms and prediction, but it is reinforcement by, it is reinforced by environment, and that is why it is called reinforcement. Using the data from the environment, because if the business strategies one has developed, I have 3-4 strategies, then he would like to see if this strategy, if I follow, what will be the environmental impact, the obstacles in the implementation of this strategy. So he will look into of the different marketing strategies to be followed in view of the social, economic, and political environment. That is this not socio-economic is enough nowadays. Even earlier also, you will see that if you have economist, Rawlsian economist, if you have seen there, he always says you optimize your economic and political environment. So the marketing strategy is to be optimized socio-economic and political environment that will be the sustainable. Now, this is what I was, this marketing funnel is the awareness through interaction. One has to create interest with the prospective customers. If there is a lead generation, then you have to aware of this, make him aware of these products, create interest in him, tell him all about the features of the products. And it is, this is the left side is the sales side, lead generation, lead nurturing and sales. And the marketing side is content creation. That means for advertisement through social media and different sources, one has to take content, one has to create the content. And this content creation also nowadays very intelligent, using these AI applications, content for different type of different type of groups of people. So content creation for advertisement, commerce, that means how you e-commerce, how you interact either through email or through telephone or through bots, how you're answering the question queries. So this is the this all creating, this is the process of engagement of the market lead. And the customers is going to, you have enough lead here, so it is large, then it becomes less people will be interested, then less people, even lesser people will start considering for the sale. So they are under consideration, not yet the sale has not materialized. It is through email, automated email campaigns, case studies, and then comes real intent of this purchasing, product demos and shopping cart. What happens? Instead, some of the one who is going to purchase, prospective customers, what he will do, he will shortlist some of the companies, then he will ask for the demo, and then he becomes serious. That is this intention. His intention is now to buy it, evaluate, and then final it will be the purchase. So these stages are, then all these things are done through very sophisticated application of artificial intelligence. Applications could be used here in the lead generation. Actually, you have web scraping, if you have heard of it, or web crawling through social media or different websites. One can gather or collect so many leads of where can he sell, and lead nurturing, how to nurture those leads and then narrow down the purchase, and then finally it is sales. This is broadly the concept of sales and marketing. Those who are marketing people, and they are doing every day like this, nothing new for them, but this is the system. Social media for advertisement, and then at the bottom you have a database. Language in marketing analytics is being used. Now I'm coming to this one application I will show you on computer for lead conversion. बिजली का क्या हुआ? आ गया है? Power has come? Okay. So now this is I have analyzed one data which is available on the open source data of the bank, and which the bank data is for insurance, term deposit with insurance policies, and how this has worked. This data is available on the open source data bank, additional full CSV. One can see if someone likes to, if we're going to learning stage, if students is listening or attending to this webinar, probably he can try for this data and then go for this generation, and then creating conversion rate, click-through rate, number of clicks, number of views. That means how you can. Now this is the different criteria. Number of contacts he has made, this is the conversion rate, number of contacts, then conversion rate by age. This is one business, and that is the data of the insurance policies. And these are these analytics size, because these rate at this stage KPI are generated, and this is for visualization of the performance. These are plots you drivers behind market. I will show you if you are interested. I very shortly. I'm just running the program, and then you will be able to see this one. Engagement. This is the program developed with the same data. This is on Python, using Python. Very quickly it will do that. If it takes time, I will not do it. It is able to engagement. Having got the data, now it is finding the KPIs, how to engage the customers. The yeah, it is started processing the data. These are the called, that means through agencies. That means how could he generate or engage the customers. This is 35.9%, and this is 14.9% for this through web, call centers, and through branch. So this type of analytics are made to find out what are the drivers or main factors for engagement of the customers. That means this is the example of an insurance policy by the bank has started the term deposit and insurance policy, making contacts through agents, through branch, through call center, and then he is able to analyze and then which is more effective. So through it finds that engaged 10% are through the agents, and through the branch less, and call center is even less, and web through is much less, 11.9. So naturally this will prompt this the business of this insurance to agents, and then promote these policies through agents. So this performance index will be helpful in business, and so is the case with other type of business. This is again another analysis. What are the KPIs through offer? Different offers are given to the prospective policies customers, that offer 1, offer 2, 3, 4, and then whole analysis made to which offer is more productive in engagement of the. Let us see next. And then I think then there is another engage to conversion. Let us see this one here. There is yet another. Stop this engagement to okay. So this will take time. Let us go back to our presentation slides. Then there is another program for product analysis. Then there is a market analytics. Then there is a so many programs are. I have implemented these programs with data available, and if you can see, but then this will take all time. Let us back to our presentation. So drivers behind marketing engagements. After that, slide. See, market engagement. This is what we have seen just now. Then the regression model of customer engagement. That means these are the left hand side. You find that monthly premium auto, last claim, all these are the numbers, and then is finding who are out of these inputs, which one customer engagement. This is the analysis for that. This is again a supervised learning analysis, machine learning analysis. There is a artificial neural network model of a customer engagement. A model of neural with Keras sequential NN model of engagement, 1000 data, and then with these features, we find that the customers engagement is possible with this one. So let us see process of then further steps are product analytics, recommending the right product, customer behavior, customer churn, and retention. One finds out how many customers give repeat orders, and then who leave the whole supply chain. This churn is that customer who do not repeat. Predicting customer churn with artificial neural network. This artificial neural network is a supervised machine learning algorithms, which is widely used for input-output model. If we have a set of input variables, if we want to predict the output, B2. Okay, so this is and thus may I know if you are hearing all these things, are able to see properly? Can I interact now in the between to know if there is any problem in the presentation or here?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Well,
Everything is going fine, sir. No problem.
So let me go ahead. Okay, so this is one example again. This is customer engagement. Then this is the further steps. I may not be able to show all this in computer because that will take time. It is nearing. So let us see. Items trained over time. This is also the analysis that different. These are the item codes, and then this analyzing the trend is to be plotted over the years. These are the different products and the sale of the product, number of purchases, and then these are the product codes. So there is, and so then it will help in planning this. And it might help in the, if it is a production industries, it will might help in planning the productions item purchase trend. Now this is the product analytics. Actually, this is a part of the product analytics which this AI implementation has to do in the supply chain. That is in the beginning of the planning. Intelligent forecasting methods. Now although forecasting methods, when it comes to anybody's in mind, then there are very old methods. That is, if you plot the curve and extrapolate the trend, that is very simple. But then that is not enough. That is not going to give a reliable result. Extrapolating the curve, finding the curve of the equation of the curve for any sale or marketing, any trend, data-based trends, simple extrapolation curve fitting is not enough. So there are little advanced auto-regressive moving average and auto-regressive moving average models. These models are who are familiar with statistics and all that. Many of you might be familiar with this, or you have studied somewhere. Then these are the very old technology. This is no problem, but then it's still very useful because this ARIMA model captures the whole seasonality in the variational trend of the market or sales or any data. So this captures the moving average, is the average how it moves, and what is the variational, that is the seasonal variational it captures, and on the basis of that it forecasts for future. But yet there is more developed, because these nowadays the computational models are developed models are available, neural network regression models. Many of you are using it also, might be. And then so then the causal relation is that we find if we have to predict sales of a car, let us say automobile industry, you have to find out the sales of a car coming quarter or coming months, or maybe half yearly, quarterly. Usually they plan for the sales, and accordingly the automobile industry plans its productions based on the forecast. Technology has forecast should be, the result of forecast should be very accurate, as reliable as possible. And for that matter, there are supervised learning like regression models, which is linear in nature, but then in the real data, real systems are, most of the systems are non-linear. Very rarely will find linear systems very successful. So non-linear systems, for that neural network is widely used. Probabilistic models are available. So various methods are available for regression. These algorithms, Marquardt algorithms, artificial neural, recurrent neural network, Monte Carlo simulation, all these are the advanced algorithms to be used in modeling the system, modeling the sales or market, or even you will see that how neural network is widely used in even in production planning also. And to one thing I will tell you, these techniques and algorithms are widely used nowadays in real system, but then the technology is pretty old. Nothing, I mean, I don't find anything new. These things is very old. I mean, before 60, these things were, these algorithms were in use, but not business solutions or real problems. That were those algorithms were for very high technology, forecast by NASA and all that, or and for research purposes. But nowadays these algorithms, regression, artificial neural network, recurrent neural network, simulation, are widely used in some form or the other in many of the applications in industry. One application I will show you here, let us say sales forecasting. These are the programs that is written on this computer. These are tested programs, but I'm not going to run it because that will take time in computation time. One program very fast run it, I can run it, that I will show you time series and ARIMA models. I will show you another one, that is Amazon price prediction. These are using sophisticated techniques of Monte Carlo simulation, which is a probabilistic in nature. And then this is the ARIMA model, which is on this. So Amazon, I will show you, which is developed on through Monte Carlo simulation. Let me show you. I had collected data of the stock price of Amazon on June 2, and the data was available. Today I updated on June 3. Yesterday I had collected for 1 year data on the this price of the Amazon, stock price of Amazon, and how to predict it using Monte Carlo simulation. The data features of the data are like this: date of quote, open price, high price, low price, because in 24 hours the opening period of the quotes, this is a closing price and adjusted close price, exchange volume, and all this. So these are the features of the data that is available, and it is available open source. Anyone can log on to the website and then download this data that is available, and you can implement a model. I have implemented one model like this, starting from 23rd June 20 till 2nd June 21. So this is the data of Amazon stock price using Monte Carlo simulation running on this computer, but it will take time. Let us see if I can show it faster. If you can move faster, I can show you Amazon destination. Okay, I think it could be possible to. This is the coding in Python, and then we are generating different plots, different results, and then forecast also. Let us see how fast it can run Amazon. It won't take much time. It will be few seconds. It will give you the forecast. So see, look here. It has given you all these process the data in few seconds. This is the figure one is the plot of the data which I had copied and pasted on my slide. This is the same figure. Then figure 2 is all about the log, some intermediate results that is being shown, not needed here. This is now. This is what this says. This Monte Carlo simulation is probabilistic model and based on the iterative models. So one is not very sure in the beginning, and that means how many iterations need for an accurate result. So this highlighted blue line is the real data, and different iterations has been taken based on the trial basis. True, and this is done by a computer. No, I have nothing to do manually. So I have given instruction to make 20 random iterations and see which one is the best. Say, you will see, notice that one line is passing through in very close to the highlighted one. That is the reliable, that will give a reliable forecast. So this is the 20 random iterations, but not all are not good, so others are discarded on the basis of square of sum of error, which is giving the least error. It is this one. At 6 iterations, it is giving the least square of the error. So that means the computer algorithm has selected that very data, and this is plotted the true value and the computed value together. Of course, it's not exactly matching, but its error is less. One can make more time iterations. I have made only 20. If I make 50 iterations on C, then one can get even better result. Computed and true value are this. On the basis of this model that is developed, I have got another 5 months. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 forecast. So that indicated that it will go high, and maybe at this place it may come down. The 5th one might be little less than this one. Of course, this is the computer result, needs to be verified of time. This is predicted values. So this is somewhat a very developed algorithms based on the reinforcement learning, and this is AI intelligent is not simply extrapolating the curve for prediction. Let's minimize it. The next, and then first. So this is that sales forecast using neural network. Now I have implemented one project. It is a much earlier how to forecast the sales of these Maruti cars. In the sales forecast of Maruti cars, it is important to price of the product, the consumer's income, consumer awareness. I mean, how much is familiar with the trend of the consumer, what is prevailing in the market, that is consumer awareness. One knows that Maruti car is very popular, and then it is widely, nowadays there is so many models have come up. Inflation rate, petrol, diesel rate also influence the sale of the car. This was taken the real data from Maruti and then implemented this car model parameters. Having studied some of these 5 parameters, came to the conclusion that price of the product is not considered, as the company had good market value. So one is able to pay price 5 lakh, 6 lakh, no, provided he's interested in buying it, more of a bank facility, loan is available. So price does not matter much. Nobody is going to bargain for 10,000 less. Or these days ample loan facility is available, so this income does not directly affect the sale. Consumer awareness is evident from the past sales of the product. How is the past sales? Then inflation rate directly affects the loan installments and the resale value of the product. Diesel petrol price is of course influenced, and these are the model by petrol rate, inflation rate. Finally, I found that these two, the petrol rate and inflation rate, was significant to predict the sales of the Maruti car. This was my work, and I had published it also. It is available on the net. And then this was the model, because other parameters were not found so significant, and these two were very significant. So let us move ahead. These were the architecture of the neural network. Those who are familiar with the neural network, these are the inputs and the output. Data over the months and years are collected for the input and output, and then algorithms find the relationship between the output, that is sales, with these inputs. That is the whole the purpose of this neural network modeling. It finds the relationship between input and output, how the sale is being influenced by these parameters. That is evident from the past data, so that future can be predicted. Results, let us see the faster multiple. I had implemented regression also, but then the linear regression was not that accurate as the neural network. Then comes to production planning. Then in supply chain is very important. I will go through some of the aspect. Again, running the program may take time. Then what I had done in the production plan, these things are very important and great deterrence too. I found that I'd collected, again, this data I'd collected from Maruti, in fact. So although data was very secret, they did not give open, this is not open data, somehow or other I could get the data with under certain agreement of secrecy, their lead time, procurement time, rejected products, quantity in stock, quantity order. How does this act as deterrence to production plans? That means lead time, time to deliver the required product should be, how much it should be. So I had collected over the months and years, and then trained a model and find out the production based on these, related to this quantity, how much it is related to this quantity. The neural network I had used in automobile industry, production planning. This is again published work and available on the internet. If anyone who's interested may contact me later on. I can give you the paper that is available on this is neural network architecture, which can the output is the production and the inputs are those parameters which are drivers of the production, or you can say drivers or deterrence also. If the negative relationship is there, so that is the deterrence to the production. Then this is the proposed model, and I had implemented through data. This is the data result. Then in production planning, more important aspect is supply chain. That is very, very important. Safety stock, order quantity, demand rate. So through artificial intelligence, this is the conventional method of computing this safety stock calculation that is based on the conventional method on the certain results is not very effective working. So what I did, safety stock, how much a company should maintain a safety stock so as to keep a balance between demand and production.
Sir, Sinha sir, interrupt you. This is the wonderful information that we people have. Can you take up some question from the audience?
So let me.
Yeah.
Sure. So time is running out. Is that so?
Yeah.
So,
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
I'm just giving a glimpse of the slides. I won't speak much. Let us go through the.
Okay.
Just glimpse in 5 minutes. So these are some of the models.
Okay, sir. Okay.
There is in safety stock, it is well understood problem in the implementation, but then I think very seldom we have used genetic algorithm in solving this safety stock problem. This is the I have implemented this genetic algorithm, which is advanced AI technique for solving the safety stock predictions in optimization. This is also alternative to optimization. So this is there. I'm not able to show it. Not possible to show, but these are the results of the slide. AI in manufacturing industries, these are the intelligent applications. This is ML and AI in automation. This is all this whole scene of this manufacturing industry, how it is intelligent. Inventory management is again, then plant maintenance, which is called preventive maintenance. As plant maintenance, one can do this. This is the how it is the plant machines with I2 devices coming to server, application server, dashboard, and through this one can go for the whole maintenance of the operation and maintenance of the plants. This is feature of a smart freight and logistic, where you can see through where can we use it. Predictive capabilities are helping demand forecasting. Then you can see intelligent multimodal transportation optimization, genetic algorithm, location-based determination. This route planning can be done. I have implemented on the computer, but then fleet scheduling, routing and scheduling, fuel management, engine idling. These are the applications of this artificial intelligence in freight and logistic solutions. And then some of the major industries have implemented this. IBM Watson products are available. Has also implemented this. SAP has implemented this SAP Analytics Cloud solution. And then you have some of the programs that the VT organization has announced for the future training programs. These are a few slides are there. Python for data analytics. Again, these are the okay, and this is the end. So now open for question, and let us minimize this present. Okay, questions are invited.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, yes, tell me.
Sir, thank you very much for this wonderful and informative session. It was very good information that we have not imagined. And I must appreciate the effort that you take to prepare painstakingly. Okay, so you are a very passionate teacher. The slides show your efforts put in preparing that kind of a hard work. So it is very wonderful and informative session with you, sir. This audience, I have questions here. Can I discuss with you
Okay.
one by one? Okay.
Yeah, sure.
So
Sure.
yeah. So one of the person has asked, Pranjal Rajput has asked, what should be the roadmap for a fresher student? For a fresher student, IT student, who has learned AI and ML. So that means how we can proceed to get.
Okay. This question is raised by by student. Is it, the
Actually, he's a professional, but he has a query regarding this job
okay.
opening.
Okay. Actually, let me tell you.
Yeah.
Looking into actually in this AI implementation, you can take, if he's a professional looking after how to get these trained people, skilled people, probably you might be looking for that for the company. But
Yes,
anyway,
yeah.
coming to the point, one should start with the data analysis. That means the students should practice how to analyze the data, how to extract the features. Actually, I found the engineering students particularly, they are little averse to the statistics and then mathematics. But my
Yeah, of course.
experience is that one cannot go ahead in AI, ML, and AI implementation without mathematics, probabilistic theory, and statistics. These are the base of the ML and AI. Someone will tell you many of the tutorials, open source tutorials institutions are attracting students. Okay, join my tutorials. This is because don't get scared of mathematics. But I
Yes, sir.
know mathematics is very much needed. He should be analytical in mind. So therefore, to coming to the ground level, a student should practice enough statistics, and that start with, without going into using language. Python and R language are widely used in industry and real applications. But then one should start with the Excel. Excel 2019 edition, if you see version of 2019, it has very advanced features of data analysis. One can compute statistical properties through Excel, many graphical plots, visualization, curves, and plots through Excel. So one should practice right in the beginning of the student, engineering student, he should practice right from the second year if he has not done it earlier. So starting with the Excel, then he should convert this through programs. If he has learned programming, Python or any other language, he is very confident. But R and Python are widely used in this data analysis and machine learning. So one should go for language, proficiency in language, understand the type of data and the structure of the data. What happens actually, I have observed so many students come to my industry for internship program, engineering students. I take in the engineering student most of the summer and winter for internship. 20-30 batch people are coming to me. And then what I find that they should learn the language, and then analyze the statistical features, machine learning algorithms, and AI applications. So analytical mind and good proficiency in Python language is a must for this. But it's not difficult. It is all how he's being trained in the college and how the teachers. Actually, I have observed many of the faculties, I should not say so, but I have in contact with the college, younger faculties are not coming forward because they should work hard to understand this ML and AI by attending the tutorials of the certain website. That is not going to help much. When you develop a project of your own, when you have real data, then a lot of problem comes in pre-processing of the data, real life data. So students should learn the analytical analysis, visualization, graphs, data structure, algorithms, then coming to AI applications.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So that means
Are you satisfied?
to get ready for AI, one should have a deep understanding about statistics and
Yes.
mathematics also. Yeah.
Actually, I just
Because
tell
lot
you
of
what happens actually. Besides that, computation of a statistical coefficients is not big issue. But then what this statistics really mean? What does this every statistics mean? It reflects some behavior of the data, the characteristic of the data that they should understand. By statistics, we mean we are extracting the features of the data, unique features of the data through which we can extract knowledge. So that is needed. So statistics, they should master it for engineering graduates or management graduates if they want to do excel in AI. So there is no way out. Statistics, probability theory along with the statistics, those are very dependent. So that is must. That is must.
Okay, sir. From the non-technical background, is there any for management students or general public, you can say, in AI?
Yes. I can train the non-technical people, no problem. Because if you go through the roadmap of data analysis to machine learning to AI, nowhere engineering comes into picture actually. So it is all the programming skill, then analytical skill through statistics and this one. But then what happens actually, engineering domain, if a student, they are very close to the system. They understand what is the production process. They understand what is this electrical engineering and power development. They know this system. So implementation requires a knowledge of the algorithms as well as domain specific knowledge. So if a person in management, if he is able to understand this supply chain process that I have given and just an overview of the SCM, that might not possible to cover up in one. If you understand each system in detail, and management student can do wonder in AI, no problem. Why engineering students, not necessarily engineering students should be needed. So management student can be trained in this whole. Each industry has some different SCM. Say production industries had all supply to distribution to, but service industries, retail garments, they have reduced stages of supply chain.
Yes, sir. I think
the system, if one should understand the system, one should understand the system domain, then it's data, then extraction of knowledge, and taking decision. So then there's no one can stop a non-technical people to learn and make career in AI.
Sir, one more question.
Yes.
Dr. Dilip Deshpande has requested, can you elaborate on role of AI in sports, especially outdoor sports, how it can be included?
Actually, I can suggest something, although I have not done work in sports, but then Dr. Pandey is available on this? Is
Dr.
Yes, I'm available.
Pandey, yeah.
who is Dr. Dilip Deshpande? Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Hello, Dr. Deshpande.
Hello, sir.
You intend to see how AI can helpful in sports, right? Right.
Doing his management in sports management, and he's doing his MBA.
Okay.
So
what,
he asked me this question actually.
very sure, very correctly. What is needed actually in the sports management, first of all, the whole system is to be outlined from where this starting with the sport management process, how from where it starts. Does it start with if you are looking into the sports management, then as a for providing service industry to the sports sector, then he has to go for the choice. He should go for the interest of the people, and then starting from the beginning of the sports management, then the opportunities he has to see, then coming to different levels, how can he do, then as far as deeper technology level, if you go down, each sport has its own technology. One can be very helpful in analyzing the sports, a skill gathering of the sports. There AI will be very useful. I had one application how to play table tennis, and
Yes.
AI enabled automatic robot is playing table tennis. So that is the technology side of the AI implementation. But of course, in sports management, AI can be implemented. Definitely, it could be managed. If any system exists,
Yes, sir.
then
Yeah.
it should be intelligent, and therefore AI can be implemented. No problem.
Thanks very
So
much. sir.
as you said, AI is a kind of a usage or automatic intelligence that you can apply in any domain, sir, isn't it?
Sure. It can be applied. देखिए, मैं अभी just I had given you in the one in course of my presentation, I had gave you analogy of the
Yes,
human
sir.
intelligence and the machine intelligence. Human intelligence क्या है? We have knowledge. हमें पास बहुत ज्ञान है. I have knowledge, but in the hour of need, I cannot use my knowledge.
Yes.
So वो knowledge,
Yes,
what
sir.
is the use of that knowledge? That is, I'm not intelligent. So I need
Yeah.
to gather knowledge, acquire knowledge, enough knowledge, and then I have to process the knowledge, use the knowledge in justifiable manner so as to achieve the goal. And that makes the system,
Yeah.
makes a man intelligent. Anna, so
Yes,
similarly, if your decision process takes care of the knowledge gathered through historical data of the business, then he's deciding a strategy, different alternative strategies, and then he takes optimal decision, keeping in view the social, economic, and political environment. Then, of course, AI is there, no problem.
Yes. And I think there are experiments going on for applying the AI in medical science,
Oh, sure.
hospitality,
Yes,
mental health,
yes.
isn't it?
Yes,
Even
yes.
our Google search engine, they are applying the AI. We see AI in a regular
AI
usage,
तो छा गया है
like
मना.
Gmail application,
Yes, in हमारे डे टू डे
everywhere.
लाइफ में जिस तरह से हम लोग
And yes,
नीड हो गया है एवरीवेयर इन हेल्थ केयर सिस्टम में एआई, बल्कि मेडिकल डायग्नोसिस में एआई को काफी यूज कर रहे हैं, डेवलप
yes,
करके.
sir. Yeah.
आज के समय में देखिए, हमारा जो हेल्थ सिस्टम यहाँ डॉक्टर का है कि गए भाई कंप्लेन विद द कंप्लेन दैट आई हैव ए पेन इन माय हैंड, इन माय रिस्ट, कैन यू गिव मी ट्रीटमेंट. वो डॉक्टर का रियल सेंस में ट्रीटमेंट ठीक नहीं है. अगर डिटेल ट्रीटमेंट हो तो होल टेक्नोलॉजी इज रिक्वायर्ड for taking x-rays, taking MRI if needed, analyze computer analysis of the MRI.
Yes, sir.
क्योंकि होता क्या है कि neurosurgeon takes analyzes the MRI through visual inspection of the slides. तो visual inspection में error हो
Yes, sir.
सकता है, decision में error हो सकता है, but then computer cannot make error in the analyzing the AI slides. तो therefore healthcare में जो high end high technology का जो diagnosis है उसमें actually I had talking to physicians, they are saying that many of the जो developed practices है diagnosis का UK US में, तो वहाँ जो काफी complicated problem में होते हैं तो doctors रहते हैं, engineers जो इसके होते हैं, radiologist होते हैं, सभी बैठ करके then they decide. एक मेरा पेपर पब्लिश किया हुआ है और मैंने PhD भी करवाया है बहुत long ago. MRI जैसे ब्रेन का ट्यूमर डायग्नोसिस का वो किया हुआ है. तो आई हैड बीन टू कैलिफोर्निया फॉर प्रेजेंटेशन. तो वहां पर जो कॉन्फ्रेंस था उसमें डॉक्टर्स न्यूरोसर्जन्स आए हुए थे और फिर उसमें इंजीनियर्स भी थे एंड दे हैड हमारे साथ उनका इंटरेक्शन हुआ and they told me okay here lies the problem. I had given solution कि ट्यूमर तो ये पता लोकलाइज हो जाएगा लेकिन ट्यूमर के सराउंडिंग में जो एडिमा होता है वो डॉक्टर ठीक से देख नहीं पाते हैं, इसीलिए ट्यूमर के आगे ऑपरेशन करने के बाद उसको केमोथेरेपी देते हैं कि टू डाई आउट दोज एडिमा सेल्स. तो बोले कि उसका जो एक्यूरेसी है वो ह्यूमन न्यूरोसर्जन से हो नहीं पाता है एंड यू आर गिविंग ए solution to computer. We appreciate this and it is published work and I have 4 or 5 publications on this topic in the international journals available on the website.
Yes, sir. So I think, sir, it is too late in the evening, so it's almost night time for the people. But
sure.
I should appreciate your efforts, sir. You are wonderful. And sir, there one of the last question I'd like to raise here.
No problem.
Yeah, one of the, I think he's an engineering or MBA student. He has asked for any case
MBA
study.
Management as well. Okay.
Yeah, he wants to ask any case study you can say suggest in AI for a manufacturing industry.
For
a manufacturing industry. Like
okay.
Sales forecasting or something.
हाँ तो ऐसा करिए कि that is he a student or he's a management faculty?
Probably he's from management background. I'm not sure whether there is a professional or a student.
In the slide I have given you my email ID and then telephone, mobile.
Yes,
and if you want to interact and get my feedback and make my suggestion, I can give him, I can give a start to his project.
Yes, sir. So there are a lot of questions people are asking about the role of AI or application of AI in different fields. So I think it is applicable, isn't it?
AI तो applicable है ही ना, AI तो applicable है.
Yes.
Wherever data is available.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Without data, you can't do anything. Yeah. So it is a numerical digital processing. So wherever data is available, you can make use of in an intelligent manner. So devices are smart devices nowadays. यही मैंने कहा था ना कि इसमें प्लानिंग में बड़ा प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है कि स्मार्ट डिवाइसेस नए डिवाइसेस आ रहे हैं एंड देन टू कैच विद दिस टेक्नोलॉजी ट्रेंड थोड़ी दिक्कत हो रही है. अब उसको कैसे हम
So just to summarize, I think you have given a lot of efforts on covering this AI basics, the mathematical background, as well as the application of AI in different domains as well. Thank you, sir, for giving us that much time and presenting this wonderful session. Thank you, sir. And I would like to announce that tomorrow we have one more interesting session on cyber security. Practical usage of or application of cyber security. So please attend this session to get a more insight into that.
Send me message through my email. You can send me.
Yes, I will.
I will.
And this is for audience as well. Yes.
Okay.